get some sun, baby, it's time to go. All we need to put on is the radio. I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. Oh, no, we run the show. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine, shine a little tonight. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Ain't no limit when we go for gold. We can shine, shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight. Shine a little Let's hit the club, time to make a move, we got it late, ain't got nothing to prove, I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. Oh, no, we run the show. Let's get louder, come on, let's control.
On this episode of the Tequila Hombre, we're going to be doing a battle between two NOMs involving one product, and that's Pasote, right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at Pasote. It changed NOMs, and so we're going to compare the old stuff with the new stuff and see who comes out on top. We're going to do a battle, okay? But first, let's kind of talk a little bit about about NOMs and what's happening and what's this all about. Pasote used to be made at NOM 1579, okay? So an NOM number is a number that's assigned to a holding company which has a license to distill, okay? It's not necessarily a distillery, it's to a holding company. So that's why some distilleries that are grandfathered in can have two NOM numbers. Like, well, I'll tell you, there was two holding companies that had two different licenses to distill. One for, Tapatio El Tesoro and another one for Ocho. So it's just a matter of a holding company getting a license to distill. So what happens is when somebody changes NOMs, they're basically changing distilleries. Although, you could use your NOM number at multiple different physical distilleries. But in this case, it changed distilleries. So 1579 belonged to El Pendillo, which is Felipe Camarena. And that's where it got all its notoriety and all its fame. And so the company that owns the brand, which is Three Guys Mixology, moved it to a new distillery. And so now it's being made somewhere else. Now, some people want to know why do they do that? Hold on, let me take a drink of water here. Talking a lot today. So some people ask, why do they do that? Why do they change NOM numbers? There's different reasons why they could change distilleries. Sometimes it's because, they don't like the distiller that they're working with. They don't like the relationship. Sometimes it's money. They're charging more money. They want to find somebody that can do it cheaper. Sometimes it's because there are certain ways they want to do things, and the master distiller doesn't want to do it, and so they say, fine, we're going to leave, go someplace else, have it made. And that's what they can do when they have a contract brand. So Pasote was the only contract brand out of El Pendillo. The that El Pendillo did not own any of it. Felipe does not own any of that brand, where he owns a piece of all the other brands that are there. G4 Teralta are his. He's part owner of Volans, and his cousin in him did Primo, and you know, there's, I think Don Vicente is somebody else too, but he's also I believe owner in that one as well. So this one was completely owned by somebody else, and they decided to take the brand and go someplace else and have it made. So the reason why I decided to do this video today is because they have the new NOM is hitting the shelves, and so I want you guys to be aware of what, if you check, when you check the bottle, if you check the NOM number, I want you to be aware of what you could possibly be getting, okay? Because the one thing that was really bad about when brands change distilleries is typically the quality of the tequila changes, the flavor profile of the tequila changes. And if you're used to getting something and you're expecting to get that, you're expecting to get a wonderful agave spirit made by Felipe Camarena, and you buy the brand not realizing that the NOM on the bottle is different, and then you pour it and you go, this doesn't taste like the Pasote I love. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do a comparison between the two of them and go over the differences and stuff and see which ones I think's better. And I'm going to give it a fair shot. You know, in all reality too, Pasote was not one of my favorite brands out of 1579 out of El Pendillo. I actually prefer G4 and Teralta. Those are my two favorite brands out of El Pendillo. Volans is not one of my favorites. I haven't hardly any of that. And the Pasote bottles, these have been sitting, you know, for a while. I've never opened them because I'm not really a big fan of Pasote. So I think it's great juice. It's made right. And the flavor profile just didn't really suit me that well. I prefer G4 and Teralta more. So it's going to be an honest comparison between the two, and maybe, you know, I might like, you know, this one a little more or whatever, or prefer it more. I don't know. So we'll see. So let's get things started, and here we go. Let me see. All right.
In this corner, coming out of NOM 1579, it is Old Classic Pasote. This beautiful Blanco is made using pure ripe agave grown by Felipe Camarena. It is Orno cooked in brick ovens and crushed using Felipe Stein, his invention of a Tahona wheel. Afterwards, it is fermented in stainless steel tanks and then twice distilled using copper pot stills. Put your hands together for classic Pasote. And in this corner, it is new Pasote, coming out of NOM 1584, located in San Julian, Jalisco, Mexico. It is from Tequila El Tepozan. This contender, new challenger, is Orno cooked, crushed using a roller mill, and then twice distilled in stainless steel pot stills with copper coils. It is bottled again at 80%. So let's get ready to taste them.
All right, here we go. I thought that was fun. Got my little bell sound effect. All right, so we got classic Pasote here, right? And new Pasote. Oh, but forget to wipe it. I'd hate for somebody to buy this and like be like, I was totally disgusted by what I got. I mean, that would not be good. And, you know, Pasote's had their issues. Three Guys Mixology has been trying to sell the brand for a while. So, you know, maybe they're just trying to cut costs with the change. I don't know why they did it. It doesn't seem like smart business to take a brand that's so well respected and then switch distilleries. All right, so the new Pasote 2 is not a mix of rain and spring water. It is, they use well water, volcanic well water. So you know, everything in their area that seeps down into the ground is volcanic because it's all volcanic soil. So they love using the volcanic thing as a marketing gig thing. All right, so looking at them in the glass, classic Pasote here, new Pasote here. New Pasote coats the glass pretty well. See some legs and tears for them. There's pearls. It's all pearl. Actually, no, look. Let me see. Did it coat the glass well? No, it breaks. It's pretty thin. It breaks right into to pearls on the glass. While classic Pasote is nice and oily and viscosity. You see the difference in that? Like, so this is classic Pasote here, right? It's thick, and look at the new Pasote. It's already just went to pearl, so it's definitely thinner. Look at that. It just doesn't stick into the glass very well. So it's kind of thinner, not as viscous as the classic Pasote. So the classic Pasote on the nose. Just that beautiful trademark El Pandillo in your face agave. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Got citrus. A hint of pepper in there. Definitely sweet cinnamon with the citrus. It smells really good. I mean, this smells beautiful. The new Pasote. It's got really nice agave nose to it too. Definitely some sweet cinnamon. It has, it's more floral on the nose. It's actually pretty rich on the nose. It smells really good. Definitely cinnamon, baking spices. A hint of citrus in there as well. Citrus is definitely coming through on it. It's pretty rich nose to it. And I actually think it's got a better nose than the old Pasote. So nose-wise, I'm giving this to the new Pasote. This is actually pretty good. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor-wise on the classic Pasote. It has that bite that Pasote has. Definitely coming through. Definitely rich. Cooked agave, like all over the place. Definitely getting the cinnamon and baking spices coming through. Citrus in there. Hit the black pepper. Very clean. Very nice. Super drinkable. It's good. This is really good. Tasty. It does have that bite to it that Pasote is kind of known for. All right, so let's see the new stuff. Really nice, rich cooked agave. A little bit of anise that's coming through, so it's a little bit of bitterness in the middle of it. Kind of lends to a chocolate-esque kind of flavor note that's coming through. I'm not picking up much on the fruit or citrus. It does have a little pepper to it, a little pepperiness to it. it's actually good. Would I prefer this over the old Pasote? You know, it's a little hardcore on the bittering part, but it's not bad actually. I think there's something to be said for not having so much rainwater in it. I think because it's more minerality to it, it's richer on some of the flavors and stuff. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think it's not the regular Pasote that everyone's used to, but it's not bad. If you're used to the softer notes, the softer tones that the rainwater delivers on the Pasote, you're not gonna like this. This is more rich and robust on the flavor wise. This would be more like if they took Pasote and got rid of the rainwater and instead made it with using just regular mineral spring water that they have, or well water. I think this would have been the same thing that they would have done. But I definitely think that using the rainwater kind of mutes things a little bit. But this isn't bad at all. It's not bad. So how would I rate this on the agave scale? I give it 4 agave. It's good. It's good. I think people, if they buy this, I think they're gonna be okay with it. Seriously. It wasn't it's not the same thing as what Felipe was delivering. But it's not bad at all. It really isn't bad. And you know that distillery does Tepozan, which is something that I've got some bottles to review. But people like it, and so it could be that they went to a distillery where they kind of wanted to change the flavor a little bit, change the profile a little bit, and so they were able to do it with this distillery. I don't know, but really, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, so I've got the añejo. We'll compare the two añejos. So I have the classic Pasote añejo. This was aged in Dickel barrels. The añejo's I believe 18 months in Dickel barrels. This is more than a year in white oak whiskey barrels, but they don't just kind of disclose what whiskey it is. But we'll see. We'll see how they compare and how they look against each other. All right, so here. This is the classic, and this is the new stuff. I didn't peel the top off. I did. This is the new añejo. Now, all right. So this is the classic here, and this is the new stuff, okay? Classic is on my left, and new stuff is on my right, all right? So here we go. Let's look at it in the glass and see how they look. So looking at them in the glass, the classic, they both look really good. I mean, honestly, they both look viscous. They both coat the glass well. Look at the tears and legs coming down on that. And then this one kind of thinned out real quick. This one here, oops, and it's got pearls. Well, you can see the legs and tears coming down. So it looks like the classic's more viscous. Looking at them in the glass, the classic looks to be a tad bit darker, a little bit darker. But they're super clear. They look good. All right, so the classic, let's get the flavor profile on the classic. Let's get the nose first. Sorry. On the nose, you're picking up a little bit of minerality to it. And then definitely cooked agave. So that cinnamon and baking spices flavor or scent that I always talk about. And then there's definitely like a hint of cherry in there, and then vanilla and caramel are coming through nicely on it as well. It smells really good. It smells like a really good añejo. So let's see what we get here. This one is definitely this cooked agave coming through, the cinnamon and baking spices. It seems to have a richer caramel and vanilla profile to it. It smells really good, and actually it's kind of more of a there's more of a cherry note coming from in the middle too. It smells good. So, I mean, they both smell good. All right, so let's see what we get flavor profile wise on the classic Pasote. Really nice viscous mouthfeel, coats the mouth beautifully. Getting cinnamon and baking spices up front. A little hint of vanilla and caramel blended in with that cooked agave, and it kind of fades. It kind of fades quickly. There's not much of the flavor last, and I think that's one of the things that really kind of didn't really jive with me very well with Pasote, is the fact that because they use rainwater, it's softer. It's softer. It doesn't have as much of the minerality and bite that that I like from like G4, and Terralta's got super rich bite and a really nice minerality that really makes the flavors pop. Where here, the flavors are a lot more muted on this because of the rainwater. And some people like it because they relate that to being smooth because it's not so super flavorful. But it still has that little bit of a bite to it, which is good. And that's one of the reasons why that Pasote really wasn't one of my favorite brands, just because how soft it was. All right, so on the new one, nice, rich, beautiful cooked agave, cinnamon, and baking spices. A little more subtle on the vanilla and caramel, but there's just hints of them in there. The agave's king on this. It's definitely richer on the flavor profile. It's not as muted on the flavors as the old classic was because of the rainwater, and I think it's because of the minerality of the water that they're using from the well. So this is actually a nice añejo. It's not bad at all. I think people will be pleasantly surprised with the new nom. I know, I'm a big fan. I love Felipe. They're like my family in Mexico. I love him. But I don't think this was too bad of a change for Pasote. I think people are going to enjoy this. On the finish now, I'm actually getting like nice salted caramel on the finish that's lasting longer on the finish than the old Pasote. This finish is kind of holding out right now. I still get like this beautiful caramel, like creamy caramel on the tongue. That's nice. It's really nice. This is nice. I give this 4 agave too. So 4 agave for the Blanco and the Añejo. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's good. So, I mean, to be honest with you, as much as I love Felipe and stuff, I don't think the rainwater thing was working for this brand. I really don't. I think that I think it's better without it. I really do. I think there's more flavor, and it tastes better. I think without it, it's not as muted without the rainwater and what they did here. So I have to give it to Tepozan. They did a good job. I was thinking it was going to be like bad. I don't know, but it's not. It's actually good. I think people are going to really enjoy this, and they may like this añejo better. We'll see. If you guys grab a new bottle and try it, let me know what you think. Comment on this video. Let me know if you agree with me or not. I just did a side by side, and the flavor's a lot more muted on Pasote. It's great. It's still a beautiful flavor profile. It's a lot more muted. It leaves me wanting more, where this one, it really kind of delivers the punch on the flavor. I'm just totally blown away. I'm impressed. So I think this might have been a move for the better for them. As much as I love Felipe, Pasote was never really one of my more favorite brands. G4's got a lot more mineralness to it because it uses more of the spring water, which is more mineral rich, and then Terralta is super rich. Terralta is unbelievable. Terralta would make this this Pasote, it's, if you know what I mean. I mean, that's how good Terralta is. But I think that I think it's better without the rainwater. What do you guys think? How does it sound to you guys? I'd love to hear your comments. Let's see what you guys think. And let's visit in with our members and see what's going on. So Don R says, looking forward to this review. And Abel S says, hello, Abel. Bienvenido, welcome. Hey, Todd Gilbert, hello. Agave Babidel says, hola all, hello to you. Ryan, I guess, says, I'm just shocked that they already have an añejo. I wonder if Tepozan distilled it for them ahead of time, knowing it would sell on name alone. Probably, you know. They could have had something in the works. They could have done like a trial batch and it could have been something that won them over with like, okay, we'll do a batch for you. And if you like it, then bring it over. And if you don't, then, stay where you're at. Or they could have done something like that. I don't know. But, or they could have just used the Tepozan for all you know. I mean, all I know is it hasn't been changed distilleries for a year yet, and yet they already have it in Yale. So, they could have just been something in the works where they weren't ready to switch yet, but they were, said, we'll pay for the batch, go do something and show us what you can do. And maybe that's what they did, and maybe that's what won them over. And they said, this Blanco's, we like it better, and the Añejo, we like it better. You're gonna get the brand now. And they left. That could be what happened. It could have been like we'll pay for the agave, we'll pay for the batch and stuff. Do a batch and prove to us that we need to be here. And they did it. So I really like Tepozan stuff, so I'm looking forward to trying the new Pasote. Yeah, it's actually good. It's actually not bad at all. I'm gonna have to review the Tepozan stuff and see what happens with it. But I'll do the review on the Tepozan. I've got some of them back here and see what I think. And see, what I'll do is when I do the Tepozan Añejo, I'll compare it to the Pasote and see if it's different, or if it seems kind of like the same thing where they're just selling them Tepozan as Pasote and just bottling the same way. Unexpected results, absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I didn't know what was going to happen, but Felipe does a great job, and G4 and Terralta are two of my favorites. I love Terralta. Terralta's my favorite. Well, G4 is my favorite. Terralta's my second favorite. Both of them are amazing tequilas. I was never really much a fan of Pasote or Valans. So, and it's because I think the rainwater just made the flavors more muted. It didn't punch the flavors out like the more mineral rich water does. So there you guys go. 4 agave for each. Any other comments or questions or any other thing I could address for you while I'm still here? If you are wanting to try the new NOM, we have them at Ferment and Still. That's how I found out. I ordered some bottles for myself, and I got the 1584 Añejo and the 1584 Blanco. So both of them are in stock right now at Ferment and Still, so you can pick up a bottle and try it. I'm kind of I'm kind of just baffled and blown away a little bit on the change. It's really, I didn't expect it to be this much of a difference, but it's a big difference. All right, so there you go. If you guys like the information I shared, make sure you click the thumbs up button. Pasote's still good. Don't be afraid to buy it. Seriously, try it. Try the new NOM. Tell me what you think. I actually think it's better than the old Pasote. So you have nothing to worry about if you pick up some bottle and try it. You're just going to go to Flavor Town. It's super rich in flavors. It's wonderful. It's great. I don't see anything wrong with it. I've got 3 bottles of each because I thought I was buying the El Pendio one. And I ended up buying the 1584 stuff because I didn't know what we had in the warehouse. But now I'm going to enjoy sipping these with cigars and stuff in the backyard. All right, so you can pick them up at Fermented Still and try them. And if you do, and you don't agree with me, comment below. Let me know you don't agree with me. If you do agree with me, comment below. Let me know that you agree with me after the video's done. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. Don't forget to give me a like. If you're new to the channel and you just checking this video out and wondering because you saw the posted all over, people were talking about it. He's looking at the new Pasote versus old. Subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we go live and anytime I post a video. Check it out. So Don says there's Pasote at my local, so I'm going to go pick up a bottle. Make sure it's the new stuff, though. They may still have the 1579 stuff there. You have to check the NOM number on it and see if it's the new stuff or the 1579. If it's the new stuff, don't be afraid to grab a bottle. Seriously, don't. All right, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila, so if you were worried about buying the new Pasote and getting something that wasn't good, don't worry. It's actually really nice. It's really good. You're going to enjoy it. Until next time, salute. Bye, guys. See you later. Hey, check out Instagram Live. I may go